It's a project management tool.
It's for the website.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. We're not going to stand right away. I would like to introduce and welcome our newest council member, Councilman John Hart, who is newly appointed to council, so I'd like to welcome him. With that being said, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll have Public Appeals Part 1. If you have a public appeal, please approach the podium, sign in, and state your name.
Hello, my name is Ashley Laura. I'm the Emmaus Main Street manager. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about how our pop-up tree shop went and talk about a future event. So pop-up tree shop, not as successful as I would have hoped, but we got a lot of good information from it. So Herbines was there each week. They canceled once because of the weather. Can't really blame them for that. But they had good information. They're still willing to do it next year. Just we need to build it up more. They said maybe a couple more vendors, and some vendors I did reach out to said they don't usually come unless there's more than 10 vendors. So good idea for next year. And different signage, kind of advertising further down Main Street and further down Chestnut Street, so people didn't just like get up to the triangle, see it, and then zip past it. So very good information. Thank you for your support and approval. We'll look to build upon it next year. And then one event we have coming up is a small business roundtable. So some of the merchants said we want to have some kind of forum where we can express our ideas and thoughts and kind of give you suggestions on what we as merchants really value and want to see. So we're going to host the third Thursday of every month in January, February, and March. We're going to host like an controlled open forum for anyone, businesses, members, non-members, residents to come join us and kind of explain what they would like to see. That's going to be at Triple Sun Spirits from 5:30 to 7:30, third Thursday of every month. I submitted an event proposal today, 4 p.m., a little late, for a soup crawl. So I anticipate that will be going to a committee soon, and I will be here for questions if needed. That is all.
Thank you. I have not seen that, but we'll refer that to, what committee would that go to?
CRT.
We'll send that to CRD for their committee then.
Yeah, that was my bad. Really late in the day. So it's like the Cheers Trail, but with soup. And I've been talking to the Gary Ritter about what it would take to get that off the ground. So we're all in compliance there.
What month would that be in?
Late March.
Any other personal appeals? Hearing none. Community minute. Does anyone have anything to bring forward? I'll just mention that we have a borough event form for the Snow Blast Winter Arts Festival, so that will be coming up, and that will be February 2nd. So I'll mention that again at our next council meeting. No special presentations. Reading of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the December 17th, 2018 public hearing and council meeting minutes? Do I have to approve them separately, or can they be together?
They can be together.
Can be together.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the public hearing and council meeting minutes for December 17th? Councilman Dufresne, second by Councilman Schubsta. Any questions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Those abstaining?
Abstain.
Councilman Hart abstaining. He wasn't on council at the time. Special meeting of council meeting minutes, January 2nd of 2019. Somebody like to make a motion to approve those? Councilman Dufresne, second by Councilwoman McManaman. Questions or discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Those abstaining? There are 7 ayes. Did you say aye, John? Okay, 7 ayes. Decisions on bids, we have none. Communications, we have a letter from Angelique Schmidt from Jefferson Elementary School asking for a donation of a pool pass for, I guess, one of their drawings. I'll refer that to the Parks and Rec.
I think we should ask the solicitor if we're even allowed to do it first.
The answer is, what's the name of the organization? Jefferson Elementary Bingo, so it's a school bingo. Yes, you could do it.
I'm guessing it's the PTO, actually.
Pardon?
It's probably the PTO.
So I'll refer that to Parks and Rec. They're meeting this week. They can discuss that. All right. And then like I said, we received the Borough event form for the Snow Blast Winterfest Arts Festival. And the only thing we will need approval for, they will be having alcohol in a triangle, beer, and spiked hot chocolate. It's the Emmaus Main Street liquor license, and insurance will be obtained. So would somebody like to make a motion to approve that, provided they have the proper insurance? Councilwoman McManaman, seconded by Councilman Andrews. Questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. Thank you. Does anyone else have any communications to bring forward? All right. No Borough Engineers report. Solicitors report.
Thank you, Mr. President. I've been working on a Lanta shelter agreement. It will eventually make its way to your desk. There are multiple minor problems with it, but 2 major ones. One is that they wanted us to defer our requirements on signs, which we have in our ordinance, to the agreement, which of course you cannot do. An agreement cannot supersede an ordinance. I tried to explain that to them. And the second thing is they had a provision in their draft where all disputes and resolutions would be decided by Lanta, which I thought was particularly unfair.
Creative.
Creative. There won't be any disputes then. But once it gets corrected, I've already redrafted it. Initially, I just sent the suggested changes over. They redrafted it. It was not satisfactory, especially with some of the insurance issues as well. And the manager authorized me just to go make the changes and send it over, which I have done. That's all I have to report.
Thank you. Unfinished business part 1, we have nothing. New business, we have nothing. Unfinished business part 2, we have ordinance number 1185. An ordinance of the Borough of Emmaus, Lehigh County, Pennsylvania, requiring testing, inspection, repair, and replacement of building sewers and sewer laterals, and providing for remedies and penalties for non-compliance. We had our first reading December 17th of last year, and this is our second reading.
On the 23rd.
Oh, I'm sorry, second reading will be on our next meeting here, so we will not be voting on that tonight. Items not on the agenda, does anybody have anything to bring forward? Hearing none, Mayor's report.
Progress.
Committee reports, Public Works Committee, Chairman Anders.
We meet on Wednesday, the 9th at 4 p.m., and I'll report progress.
Thank you. Health, Sanitation, and Codes Committee, Chairman Schubsta.
Yeah, nothing for official action. Just so everyone's aware, and the public, that the new trash hauler, the days that will be pickups are no longer pushed back one day because of the holidays. So our first pickups will be on Wednesday and then Thursday and Friday. So on the website, it gives you the breakdown of who is on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a collection map link. So you can click on that and see if where you're located within those 3 colors. So that's been updated.
So,
And, yep.
Jeff, just so everyone's clear, if it's a Friday pickup, they're putting it out Thursday night.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So it's on there in multiple locations. Also, the information that I saw that people were looking for in regards to tree pickup, that's out there also. So we had one on January 2nd, and the next one will be January 9th for Christmas tree pickup. And with that, I will say our next meeting is scheduled for January 30th at 4:30 PM in council chambers. Report progress.
Councilman Anders had a question.
Just to that, I know in the dates, I'm sure on the website, that the compost site will be open if they have any yard waste and/or if they missed a tree pickup, it will be open for them to drop it off.
Do you know when? Or is it
7th
listed?
to the 11th till
Should be
2:30.
there.
Thank you.
Yep, January
And
7th to the 11th.
I know it's also been posted on social media, at least. on
So
social
today
media.
till, well, the rest of this week?
A week.
Yeah, till the 11th, 7:30 to 2 o'clock, yep.
Okay. Thank you. Parks and Recreation Committee Chairwoman Baumgartner.
Nothing for official action. We meet tomorrow, January 8th at 4:30. We typically meet the first Tuesday of the month, but this month was a holiday, so it'll resume first Tuesday starting February. So we meet tomorrow, 4:30, progress.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee, Councilman Hart, you are now a member of this. Chairman Dufresne?
Okay, we only have one item for action here. Council did approve the position of Deputy Director of Emergency Services in our budget here, but before we advertise it, we need to have a job description. So making a motion to approve the job description for the Director of Emergency Services.
There's a motion by Councilman Dufresne. Is there a second? Councilman Hart? Any questions or discussion on the job description? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
No other items for action. Our next meeting is January 9th at 9:15 a.m. Progress.
Thank you. General Administration Committee, that's myself. Councilwoman Baumgartner is now a member of the General Administration Committee. Tonight we have Resolution 2019-2, appointments. And those appointments are as follows. Ambulance Corps Chief Jeffrey Hoffman, Animal Control Officer Ruth Ann Phillips, Borough Manager / Secretary Shane Pepe, Borough Solicitor Dimitrijan Dinkelacker, Director of Finance / Treasurer Christine Snyder, Certified Public Accountant France Anderson and Basile, Civil Service Commission Solicitor Davison and McCarthy, Codes Enforcement Officer / Public Works Inspector James Farnsworth, Earned Income and Local Services Tax Office H.A. Berkheimer, Emergency Management Coordinator James Crippy, Engineer for General Water and Sewer Hanover Engineering, Fire Chief / Director of Emergency Services John Price, Fire Inspector Thomas Klosik, Health Officer Gary Ritter, Pension Consultant for Police and Non-Uniform Mock and Hopt Benefits Group, Per Capita Tax Office H.A. Berkheimer, Police Chief Charles Palmer, Public Works Director John Daishala, Sewage Enforcement Officers Jacob Schrey, Gregory Gray, Christopher Taylor, Special Labor Counsel Campbell, Durant, Beatty, and Palumbo and Miller, Weed and Snow Enforcement Officer Paulo Weant, and Zoning Hearing Board Solicitor Ronald Corkery. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2019-2? Councilman Dufresne, seconded by Councilman Anders. Any questions or discussion on that? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. We also have appointments to the 2019 Employee Volunteer Safety Committee. For administration, we have Shane Pepe. Codes, Zoning, we have Jim Farnsworth, which both of those terms are, they have no ending, so they're on there forever.
We've been on there since the beginning.
Yeah. That's 6 years. It will be 7 years with this upcoming year. Police, we have Troy Shantz with an alternate of Todd Garloff with a term from January 1st of 19 to 12/31 of 2020. So that's a 2-year term. For fire, we have Greg Lubinetsky, am I saying that right? And alternate John Price with the same term. And then we have ambulance, Justin Thorne, alternate Craig Deppy, also the same term. Public Works, we have Troy Bauer, alternate Marvin Jennings, Their term is from January 1st of last year to December 31st of this year. So they have one more year left in their term. Clerical, Teresa Pullman, alternate Sally Hosfeld, and that term is the same as what the one I just mentioned. Somebody like to make a motion to approve the Employee and Volunteer Safety Committee? Councilwoman Baumgartner, seconded by Councilman Schubsta. Questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. Stipulation of settlement. We had a property that filed for reassessment. They were fighting to lower their assessment, and they won. And the court wants our solicitor to sign the agreement, so it's called a stipulation of settlement. So would somebody like to make a motion to approve that for our solicitor to sign? Councilman Dufresne. It was recommended by General Administration, by the way. Seconded by Councilwoman Baumgartner. Any questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. That's it for what we're voting on. We have our committee meeting minutes from our last 2 meetings, and our next meeting is next Thursday at 9 a.m., January 17th. I report progress. Budget and Finance Committee. Our newest member is also the chairman. We have Chairman Hart.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have one item that requires your action. That's Resolution 2019-3. It's our bill list for the previous month.
Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2019-3?
I'll move that.
Motion made by Councilman Hart, seconded by Councilman Dufresne. Questions or discussion on the bill list? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
Nothing else to report. Our next meeting is January 10th at 3:30.
Councilman Hart, that will be canceled. There's nothing for the agenda.
Okay.
So an email will go out to everybody on the committee. You're welcome. Community Relations Planning and Development Committee, Chairwoman McManaman.
Thank you. We have one item for official action this evening. As you all know, we've been looking for a junior council person for some time. We reached out to East Penn School District and received 3 applications from 3 very well-qualified students. Each candidate is involved in numerous school and extracurricular activities, have impressive qualities among the 3. After reviewing the submitted essays and interviewing each student, we're recommending an individual with diverse background and interests, a student who feels he can reflect the student voice and insight on council through research and bring fresh ideas. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Jonas Hausman for a 1-year term.
There's a motion by Councilwoman McManaman. Is there a second? Councilman Anders, any questions or discussion? I have a question. Is this person a junior or a senior?
10th grade.
Excuse me?
10th grade.
10th grade.
Sophomore.
Okay. And we're doing a 1-year term just to see if they like it or how they work out.
We decided to do a 1-year term.
If it works out, we
can
will renew them then?
reappoint. Yeah.
I mean, that's the intention?
Yes.
Okay. All right, any other questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
Jonas and his family will be invited to attend the January 21st council meeting, where he will be officially sworn in. Our next committee meeting is January 17th at 4:30. I report progress.
Thank you. Shane, can we put somewhere on the agenda where we actually have the junior council person
That'll
have
go-
a report?
So that'll go back in right above boards and commissions probably.
Okay,
That's where it used to be.
great. Thank you. All right, next is board and commissions. You have various meeting minutes from 4 different meetings for you to keep updated. Personal appeals part 2. Does anybody have a personal appeal? Hearing none. Borough Manager's report.
Significant revenue and expense items for December are in your iPads. I have hired the following individuals for the fire department. Justin Heyman will be firefighter level 1 at $12.10 per hour. Logan Schwartz will be a probationary firefighter at $10 per hour. Matthew Bockert will be firefighter level 1 And Jason Jesmain will also be a firefighter level 1. I have hired following individuals as van drivers for the Emmaus Ambulance Corps. Logan Llewellyn and Lisa Llewellyn, both will be making $11.82 per hour. I have also hired Linnea Pearson as an intern for $8 per hour. Linnea will be doing GIS work for me to prepare for your Parks and Rec study. She will be doing the work to map all the parks, the trail systems, all the recreation things that we currently have, so that we can put the RFP out hopefully by early summer. So Linnea is currently a senior at Kutztown University, majoring in environmental sciences with a specialization in geography, same as most of our other interns. I'm excited to be able to get that work going. Lastly, as you all know, last week was our first week for refuse. While those of you that have your hips attached to social media get paranoid, to be very honest with you, while there were some bumps in the road, if you don't expect them, then you obviously don't pay too much attention. There were some bumps, however, I can tell you that they responded the best they could and continue to respond. They were out there as previous as yesterday, continuing to work through it. We've been assured by them that week 2 will go smoother. I'm confident that it will. When you have 8 whole days to prepare to start collecting for 11,000 people, if you think that it's going to be flawless, again, I think you're ignorant to the complexity of what they were doing. And not to mention the holiday had everybody screwed up. I don't care how you advertise, how many press releases I did, social media, website,
Postcard.
newsletters,
Postcards.
the downtown, half of the downtown was still out Tuesday.
it was.
So, so there were definitely challenges. I think that they responded well. I think that they learned some lessons on day 1. They assured me they have learned some lessons on day 1, and that week 2 should definitely be smoother. We need to continue putting out the message and education, and working with the community to educate them on requirements. Because again, no matter what you put out there, the message is still not been clear. No matter how many times you put it out there, the message still has not been clear. We need to continue just kind of hitting it home. And Paul has told me repeatedly that week number 2 will be better than week number 1. It's not falling apart. It was day number 1.
Yep.
So we'll see how week number 2 goes, and then we'll see how week number 3 goes. All right. 4 years into it, the last hauler was still screwing up. Okay. So let's give them a reprieve on week number 1, guys, and we'll go from there. All right.
Hey Shane, just not on trash. 10th Street culvert, it's so close, like,
So we refuse to open it up until the barricades are put up on the sides of the road.
okay,
They were actually working on it today. It should be done by Friday.
awesome.
But
I
we
know-
will
I
not
know it was
open.
close.
We will not open that road because, despite what you think,
Right.
some fool will still jump off the side. We learned that when somebody tried to climb over the barricades and claim it was our fault.
Need the guardrail.
Once the guardrail is up, they will open the road. Until then, the road will stay closed. But they were working on it today.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you, Shane.
Progress, I think.
Under President's Business, I have nothing, but I would like to give our newest member, Councilman Hart, an opportunity to say some words after his first meeting, if he wants to. If not, that's fine.
It's a lot of time to reflect. Well, I think I have a bit of an advantage in that I spent some quality time in the audience the last year, and it is as I expected, and hopefully I will be able to contribute to the level of the rest of the people sitting in this room. So thank you, and please, I ask for your help. That's all.
Thank you. We've all been there, so we will help you, so. Do I remember?
I do remember that, I was so far back.
Motion to adjourn. Councilwoman Baumgartner, seconded by Councilman Dufresne. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. There's 7 ayes, 7:25. That's a good one.